Atlanta. This is your host, Simone Jameson, for On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamASL.net. Tonight, I'm here at the Black Women Film Network 2016 annual holiday party, where there will be some hosting, some exclusive guests, and some interview coverage that you absolutely do not want to miss. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Black Women in Film's annual holiday party. Thank you for being here. We are so excited to celebrate Black women in film. You know, next year marks a very monumental year for Black women in film because it marks Black Women in Film's 20th anniversary. Woo! That deserves an applause for sure. And throughout the evening, you are going to be hearing about a lot of exciting new developments that is happening with Black Women Film Network. I'm very proud to be here this evening because I am a Black actress. And as much as I don't like to be defined by my race or my gender, it happens. It happens. It is a fact. And there is typecasting that happens. But what I do is just try to find the best way to be true to whatever story I'm telling and not let all of the boundaries define me. So if the character is a risque character, they have a story to tell that many won't tell or feel ashamed to tell, I find the beauty in it. I find the humanity in the role. And I don't look at my characters as Black, as women. I look at them as human beings. So when you watch any of my work, Saints and Sinners on Bounce TV. We're shooting season 2 right now. Yes, we're coming back. And also Star for Fox, Lee Daniels' new series that I'm filming. So whatever the character is, I find the humanity and I do not let it define me. And that's why Black Women Film Network is so important because there are very few resources in the industry for people of color. So Black Women Film Network exists to make sure that young women have scholarships and tools to pursue careers in film and television. Do you guys have social media? Are you on social media? Instagram, clap if you have Instagram. Okay, we're gonna do a quick poll. Clap if you love Instagram the most. Clap if you love Facebook the most. Twitter. Okay, I think everybody clapped. So you know what that means? Pull out your phones. It's time to get on social media and make sure that on Twitter you are @BWFN and on Instagram @BlackWomenFilm. Make sure all evening you capture your moments and all the relationships that you're making and the great conversations that you are sharing, which is what we hope you are doing. So without further ado, I have to turn this over to the woman who without this would not be possible or happening, Miss Cheryl Gripper, founder of Black Women Film Network.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I am just so excited tonight because we are celebrating 20 years of Black Women Film Network. And we have members all over the country. In fact, I was telling Saptosa, our board chair-elect, that we had one of our members, a guy in LA, that said, "Where's the party in LA? Where's the holiday party in LA?" But we would not be able to do this without our sponsors. And I want to introduce a sponsor that has been with us for 20 years. Thomas Dortch, the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame. Thomas Dortch III and his mother, Carol Dortch, are here.
Oh, wow.
So we want them to come up so you can see what support looks like.
All right.
Just want wanted to say we came straight off the road from Gainesville, Georgia to see my grandmother who was 96. Who's not been doing well, but we came straight back. She said, go ahead, get out of here, I don't need you. So I came back, I had to support Miss Gripper, known her since I was a little kid. I mean, I was raised with her kids. But it's just a pleasure to support what she has going on, because she's always supported us. So thank you, and we'll continue to support.
The other engine that keeps the Black Women Film Network going is our board of directors, and Saptosa Foster is our new board chair-elect, so let's give her a big... And we want to thank Evelyn Mims, our board member, one for 20 years, event space for us. And then all other Black Women Film Network board members, just raise your hands. Former and present. Tamika Dupree, Sue Ross. Who else am I missing that's here? Donna Lowry. Okay. We have a lot of support from a lot of people. One of the things that we do is we try to connect with our members. How many are members of the Black Women Film Network? Woo! Okay, members. Our membership coordinator was here earlier, Danny Hood. And we do have a surprise on this weekend. You'll have a membership directory, so the information that you gave us will be on our members only site. Also, because of 20 years, our tickets for the Untold Stories luncheon that Saptosa is going to reveal our honorees later, our tickets are $200 this year. But our members pay how much? Members, how much do you pay? Tammy? Where's Tammy? Okay. The members pay $99. If you pay February 3rd, so that's 1 month out. So we need to make all our confirmations by then. So membership in the Black Women Film Network has its privileges. And then we had a big day on November 17th where we had people who donated to Georgia Gives Day in honor of the Black Women Film Network. And we're at about $780 now. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're going to do, at the end of this event, a mannequin challenge where we hold up our $20. And you can give your $20 now. You can go on our website and give. But some of the members, D. Jones, Deborah Jones, D. Jones Productions, she gave $75. We have other people that gave here tonight, Tamika Dupree, Saptosa Foster, Larry Cooper, the list goes on and on of people that gave, but those names will also be on our website, blackwomenfilm.org. And if you decide to give tonight, we'll add your name to that list. But it's so important that we have this organization because I have had people all over the world, from Africa, from Canada, who say we need an organization like this. And we are just so proud that Saptosa Foster, our incoming board chair, is going to keep it going for another 20 years.
Thank you for watching Atlanta. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, for On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Here with me now is the gorgeous Jasmine Burke, here at the Black Women Film Network annual holiday party here tonight. How are you feeling, Jasmine? You look gorgeous.
Thank you very much. I feel wonderful. I'm proud to be here to support Black Women Film Network and all the amazing contributions and that they give to people of color, especially women of color. And I'm looking forward to everything they have coming up.
Absolutely. I am too. Now, how did you get involved with the Black Women Film Network?
Saptosa Foster, she's wonderful. Congratulations, Saptosa, on your new position with Black Women Film Network. You're going to do amazing things, I already know. But Saptosa called and said, hey, come and host this event. And I said, I'm there. So here I am.
Beautiful. And now you have just kind of been a staple ever since you came You've been on Bounce, Saints and Sinners, and now in Star. How did those opportunities come about for you? How did you break out into acting?
Well, I've been acting since I was young. Since I was a child. Grew up in theater, and it's been a long road. I just hit my 10th year in being a professional actress. So, it feels good. I see the progress, and I'm looking forward to continuing to climb and to see what else is in store for my career. I feel grateful for everything thus far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, too, on your 10-year anniversary coming up.
Thank you. Yes.
Now I know entertainment and acting in film is a big part of Atlanta. So are you a native of Atlanta, and what has sort of being in the city, how has it molded you in terms of the film industry?
I'm definitely a native Atlantan, and I built my career here in Atlanta, which is something that is just a testament to what really is happening in the entertainment industry here, that more and more opportunities are coming, and we're being taken more and more seriously. So I'm proud to represent. Proud.
Beautiful, Jasmine. Now, I have to ask you more about it is so important when you're in film and entertainment to have a support system. So what would you say have been some of the biggest challenges or biggest hurdles that you've had to overcome in terms of your acting debut?
I believe just my own fears, because the business is not a monster. The business is not a monster. It's what you make it. There are challenges, as in every industry. So it's what you make it, and I've chosen to make it a journey. And so that's how I view it, my career and the whole process as a journey.
So aside from Star and being on Saints and Sinners, do you have any other collaborations or projects coming up?
Yes, I actually co-starred in a play called Addicted to You that Patricia Cuffey Jones wrote and directed, and it will be coming to television soon. It stars myself, LaToya Luckett, Brayley Evans, and Thomas Jones, and some other wonderful talent that you're going to be introduced to. So I'm really proud to be a part of that as well.
Beautiful. So let me ask you, Jasmine, outside of the entertainment industry, if you weren't an actress, or when you're offset, what can we find you doing?
Writing and creating content. I have my own production company, Jasmine Burke Productions, and since 2010 we've been producing content and winning awards at film festivals, and we're going to continue the trend going.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Now, one last question. Being an Atlanta native, I know you've seen a lot over the years in terms of community involvement, but what are some social issues that really impact you that you've seen in the city?
In the city of Atlanta?
And just in the nation.
Yeah, the nation. I think just in general in the nation, people are just forgetting that we're all human. I think we can forget that so easily. So we need to have more compassion with each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that, Jasmine, because I mean, under the skin, I mean, we all believe the same, we cry the same, breathe the same, everything's the same. So shout out your social media for us before we let you go.
Yes, I love being active with people who support me on social media. Follow me at THE Jasmine Burke. And you can go to jasmineburke.com.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. You are gorgeous. We are loving you and your new projects. Enjoy the rest of your evening here at the Black Women Film Network.
Annual holiday party.
And y'all, thank you for staying tuned. Keep watch for more. Hey Atlanta, this is your host Simone Jameson, streaming live to streamatl.net here with On the Guest List. Joining me now is one of my exclusive coveries here, Miss Triss of Surge Television Network. How are you tonight, Triss?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, doing fantastic and great to see you. I'm loving that green on you.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous.
My favorite color.
You can't go wrong with green now, can you? Okay, so tell me, how did you get connected with Black Women Film Network? What brought you out here tonight?
Well, this is actually my first time coming out. I got an email from Saptosa and thought I should come on out. And I am a Black woman in film and television, so there you go.
Exactly. Click it. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Absolutely. Yes, such a powerful initiative they really have here going. But we want to hear more about you, Tris, and about your network. So tell us, what does Surge do and who came up with the concept?
So Surge is an independent content creation television network. We're on Roku, we're on Amazon, and we're also online. It's a subscription service. We're an independent company that helps to support independent content creators all over the globe. We've got content creators in London, Turin, Italy, Canada, LA, the US. So we've got people from all over the globe coming together to make an independent television station. So supporting independent content.
Yeah, so tell me how that platform works and what type of content can one discover on there?
Well, we've got documentary filmmakers, we've got documentary series, we've got dramas. We've got a great drama from the folks at Red Hen Productions in London. It's called Heads and Tails. It's phenomenal. I'm hooked, and everyone needs to be watching it. We've got some other great folks like Freddie the Foodie doing food travel shows. We've got some great content from people doing cartoons, animation, something called Cold Cereal. A lot of our animators come together and they create an amazing program called Cold Cereal, which I love.
Cold Cereal.
Yes.
That sounds fantastic. And Heads and Tails.
Cold Cereal.
I definitely agree with that. So it sounds like there's so many exciting and really awesome sort of productions going. So what really gave you the aha moment to really create a network or a platform of this nature?
Well, I've been in television since about 1994 when I started working at the local PBS station. And I've been in television in and out since then. And I wanted to kind of create my own content. I didn't see myself represented on television. I didn't see a lot of people that I knew of color, different backgrounds, my Asian American friends, my Native American friends, my Black American friends. I didn't see real people like us represented on television. I saw caricatures. So I wanted a network where we could all come together, everyone, Black, white, Asian, everyone, to create real content that was inclusive.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And what you have going there with Surge is kind of a utopia. Like it's where every race is involved, every ethnicity is involved. And I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you definitely said that you had content creators from London. And so where are you from originally? How do you fit in terms of location?
I'm from New Orleans. So that's a whole different thing unto itself. It's American, but it's not American. It's a very unique city. So that's where I come from.
Beautiful. How have you been living in Atlanta?
I like it. I've been here for almost 10 years now. So clearly I love it. I'm here to stay for a while. And it's been good to me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Tris. Where can we keep up with you and stay connected with future projects and all the content that you have coming up with Surge?
SurgeTelevision.com. So that's SURGE television.com.
Absolutely. Cool. And if we want to reach out and really stay in contact with you, how can we do that? What are some of your websites and
I am on
things of that nature?
At Tris Sitch. And so that's TRISSITCH.
Thank you so much, Tris. Pleasure meeting you. We will definitely be keeping watch with Surge and all the awesome things you have going on with that. Enjoy the rest of your evening and make some connections.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tris. Thank you guys for keeping watch. We've got more great show for you here with On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. I'm your host, Simone Jameson.
To announce to you our honorees this year. For the fourth year, we've done a summit where we have 3 days of networking, events, screenings, different activities in the film and entertainment industry. And next year, obviously, it's going to be our 20th anniversary. The dates are March 2nd through the 4th. And they are with our luncheon being Friday, March 3rd at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. So every year we want to highlight people in the industry who you may have seen their face, you may have heard their name, but you don't know their story, what their background was, what their testimony was. And so we try to acknowledge people who are homegrown or based in Atlanta, as well as, across the country. So, I don't know, should I get a drum roll or anything? If you turn your attention, I mean, we tried to do something a little dramatic. We wanted to reveal who our 2017 Untold Stories honorees are. Now, before I say this, these are just 4 of our honorees. We're going to be unveiling more as in the coming weeks. But we wanted to acknowledge the first 4 and announce that here. So, my lovely hostess, can you remove the sheet?
I shall.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. All right, 2017 Untold Stories Award Luncheon honorees. The first honoree, you're very familiar with their brand. You may or may not have met them, and that's the Aru brothers. Ozzy Aru, who's president of Tyler Perry Studios, he is really the driving force behind all of that incredible, prolific work that Tyler Perry has been doing. You did see this past few weeks, Boo Medea was reigned at the top box office for 2 weeks in a row. Tyler Perry Studios, above and beyond the box office success, they are giving people of color in Atlanta work, even abroad. I don't know if you have, let me digress for a second. If you happened to read Taraji Henson's autobiography, and she acknowledged the struggles of being an actress of color in Hollywood in terms of getting paid. And so she had just starred in The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons, and her agent, she struggled a lot trying to get a fair wage or fair rate. She didn't get that fair rate, but it was only until Tyler cast her in that movie, which escapes me right now. If somebody knows it, just call it out, please. There it is. I could do battle all by myself. He gave her a very competitive salary for that, and that set her baseline to the point where she could now start to really demand what she felt like she was worth. Tyler Perry did that, and that is why they are very important to our community, especially to the Black Women Film Network. I'm pretty sure you've worked with Tyler Perry Studios as well. So Ozzy Aru, president of Tyler Perry Studios, and his brother, they are actually of Cuban descent, Will Aru, who is senior vice president of Tyler Perry Studios. They will be with us on March 3rd at the Untold Stories Awards Luncheon. Okay. The next honoree, you may have just seen him last night on the finale of Queen Sugar. Who watched Queen Sugar? I can't get enough of that show. And that is real quality television. Like are we in some kind of renaissance right now? We have a lot of great programs with Insecure, we have Atlanta, I worked on that. We have, of course, Queen Sugar and, Blackish and all of these other things. So, I mean, it's a good time to be alive. And so we definitely, with this actor, Dondre Whitfield, not only is he fine and gorgeous, he's very talented, very supportive of things in the community. He will be with us in March, on March 3rd as well. So Dondre Whitfield, yay! And I saved the best for last because this person has been with the Black Women Film Network since day one. She is an original board member. You also may have seen her for 29 years on 11 Alive News. So I didn't tell her this, but I actually want her to come up and don't give the whole testimony away, but just give them a little something, especially as somebody in our 20th anniversary who's seen everything from day one, and that's Miss Donna Lowry. And so before I turn this over to another one of our board members, I definitely wanted to just remind you that Black Women Film Network, even though we're a member organization, we require and rely on the community, on us, to stay alive, to really thrive. So before you leave here, you know, whether it's a donation of your time or of money, please see a board member. Any board member, can you raise your hand? Please see somebody, give them your card, say, hey, just let me know how I can support. There are definitely things that we need ongoing throughout the year. We have a film guild who's active. We do events. We would love to do, more going into the college campuses, hosting screenings and workshops outside of what the summit offers. So clearly you're here because you have an interest in film, you want to network in the industry. This is where it's at, because at that summit, we bring all of the decision makers, the movers and shakers in the building. Don't forget to hashtag BWFN Holiday. We're at blackwomenfilm.org. Miss Terri J. Vaughn, where are you? Hey Terri, I actually want you to come up. Everybody's gonna get on the mic tonight. Come on up and talk about, because Terri is not only active in front of the camera, she's also active behind the camera. She also trains, she's an acting coach, she's a businesswoman, entrepreneur, and this is the type of talent that we like to highlight at this organization. Terri?
Oh my God, you guys have completely put me on the spot. I'm like, okay, thank you. First, thank you God for making me and allowing me to be here with you, these beautiful people. And I love Ms. Gripper. From the moment that I met her, she has been just a breath of fresh air. She's so supportive. It's like seeing an aunt every time I see her. And so I'm always gonna show up for you. Always gonna show up for you. Because she supports us. She knows how important it is for just especially as artists. You know, we're sensitive. And we put our emotions and ourselves and it really just our lives and who we are on the block for y'all. And when we're playing these characters and creating stuff for you guys. And we do it because we love it, and it's a part of our mission and our passion and our ministry. And we would do it anyway, but everyone loves to be acknowledged for the work that they put in. And you do that. So I just say thank you. Thank you to the Black Women's Film Network. Whatever you need of me, of course, I'm just a phone call away. You all know that. And just thank you. And we have to keep it going. It's very, very, very important. So thank you.
Thank you for watching us here at streamatl.net for On the Guest List. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, and joining me now is board-elect and the mastermind, one of the masterminds at the Black Women Film Network annual holiday party, Miss Saptosa Foster. You are everywhere, Saptosa.
Oh, am I?
Okay. I've seen you everywhere. I've seen you all over high-profile events all over the city. So what really connected you to Black Women Film Network, and how did you break that ground?
So I think in 2012, I was one of the Untold Stories honorees, and that was my first introduction into the organization. And I didn't, before then I wasn't very aware of it, but anything that supports Black women in film and television, I'm all about, especially because I'm not an actress, but, in my full-time job, we run a marketing agency that works with film and television networks. And I've seen firsthand how important it is for images of Black women, for us to have at least some kind of influence or a say on how not only we're marketed, to the media, but also how we're cast and how we're portrayed. So I first just came, my intention was just to support and, what can I do to help? Just like many of the people who are here today. But then, as I started working and participating, it just started to grow. It felt very natural for me to be a part of it. So here we are today, 20 years in 2017, and, looking forward to a lot of great things.
Absolutely, Saptosa. And now you have quite the reputation here in Atlanta as being just really a butt kicker and really just being so crafty and just so masterminded in what you do in terms of PR. So can you tell us some of the projects or some of the organizations and some of the clients that you've really helped during your career?
Well, my company is called the 135th Street Agency, and I'm a part owner of it. It was founded by my business partner, Shantae Bacon, who's out of New York. And we started in 2005 and evolved over the years. We've worked with pretty much every major movie studio in Hollywood, major networks. We worked with Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers, the Weinstein Company. In terms of networks, the Oprah Winfrey Network has been a long-standing client of ours, VH1, BET, WeTV, Discovery Channel. So it's been a lot. And I think one of the things that, when you say, you have a reputation for being a butt kicker, it's just, we have a extremely hard work ethic. And we want to, we have a high standard of excellence. We try to, convey that, to our team, and we're serious about what we do. And I think that's almost a requirement when you're a black business in America. You can't afford to be mediocre, less than. It could really damage your brand, and you can lose business. So we just keep our eyes on the prize, and we just don't stop. We never give up.
Absolutely. I love that, Saptosa. I feel like that's really important, especially being in the industry that you're in. So now, as a new board-elect, what missions and visions are you planning to really bring to help grow the Black Women Film Network even further?
Well, we need to raise money, as every nonprofit, but more so we want to be as integrated in the community in Atlanta, especially as possible, because film and TV is very new. It's just in the last 10 years that it's exploded here. So there's a lot of opportunity, and I really want to pull people in that probably would have never had a chance to get access to songwriters, producers, directors, because, before, Hollywood is a very close-knit, tight, society or community that unless you were very privileged, wealthy, you had no access to. But when you look at people like Tyler Perry, who built, I think it's 3,000 acre, or 200 acre, I believe, studio out of Fort McPherson, really in the black community. I live down the street. We share the same zip code. When you look at people who are doing that and what that represents, this is a major movie studio that's cranking out $1 million productions, several a year. That represents to me what the potential for an organization like ours is. If we want to align with people like that, we're honoring Ozzie Aru and Will Aru from, who are the president and senior vice president, respectively, of Tyler Perry Studios. We want to be the organization that allows the community, people who maybe had a dream but they had no connection or relationship, to say, hey, well, I've always wanted to, be in a movie. I always wanted to produce or direct. Let me join this organization, Black Women Film Network, and network with people who can actually give me a shot. So that's what we want to do. We need the support of the community, but we need people to really see us as a valuable institution in this growing industry in Atlanta.
Well said, Saptosa. Well said. Thank you so much. So before we close out, tell us what projects do you have coming up, and where can we stay connected and keep in contact with us?
So first and foremost, it's our 20th anniversary Black Women Film Network Summit is March 2nd through the 4th, 2017. We do our annual Untold Stories Luncheon. That's going to be March 3rd, 2017 at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. As we said, we are honoring several people, including Ozzy and Will Aru from Tyler Perry Studios, Dondre Whitfield, star of Queen Sugar, and our long-held board member, Donna Lowry, who was on 11 Alive News for 29 years. So we're looking forward to that. Additionally, on Twitter, we're at BWFN. On Instagram, we're at Black Women Film. Follow us, hashtag us hashtag BWFN, and just really, get to know who we are. It doesn't require, you to pay anything, but we really want your support. We need the numbers, we need the bodies, and we need people who are willing to bring something to the table.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Saptosa, for joining us. We're definitely looking forward to great things happening for you till the end of this year and all through 2017. Hey Atlanta, this is your host Simone Jameson for On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Joining me now is Terri J. Vaughn. She has been a staple in the Atlanta acting scene, also a director and a producer. How are you tonight, Terri?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Thank you, good to see you out here tonight. How long have you been involved with the Black Women Film Network?
Well, actually, I've been a supporter of theirs since I've been living here in Atlanta for 7 years. And I want to say when I first moved here, I was invited to be honored at their Untold Stories luncheon. And I've just been a supporter of theirs ever since. And I love the founder, Miss Gripper. So I'm like, whatever she needs, I'm there.
How did that relationship sort of come about for you? And what does it mean to you being a Black actress in Hollywood?
What does it mean to me to be that's kind of a weird question. I'm an actor. That's not my job.
No, well, I mean, the relationship that you have with Miss Gripper and the Black Women Film Network, how has it changed your life?
Well, like I said, I first met her when they honored me about 6 or 7 years ago at the Black Women's Film Network. And we've just been in each other's lives since. I don't really know how it's changed anything. It's just a support system that when we're in this business, to me, it's needed. A support system is definitely needed.
Now, being in the industry as long as you have, who do you look to in terms of mentors and in terms of other supporters, in terms of actresses that are joining you?
Well, I have a good group of girlfriends that we've been friends for a very long time. I'm definitely an advocate of female friendships and bonds, and I've had my girlfriends for a very long time. And, we get each other through the ups and the downs of this business. Also have a very supportive husband. And most importantly, I have a very strong relationship with God, and I know what that is, and that gets me through.
It's wonderful to hear that. I mean, that will totally keep you grounded. I completely understand that.
Absolutely.
So now you have acting, you have producing, and you have directing under your belt, and now even branching out into acting coaching. So can you tell us some of those projects and some of those events that you have coming up?
Well, I've been teaching for about 6 years now. I've been producing movies for about a little over 10 years now. And directing is new. I directed 2 television shows this year. One called Mommy Uncensored on Aspire TV. One called Man and Wife on Bounce TV. And I directed my first feature film this year called #Digital Lives Matter.
Beautiful. How did those concepts come about for you?
Well, the concepts were, the TV shows were already created, so they were just jobs I was hired to do. And the film was produced by my company, Nina Holiday Entertainment, and it was written by my producing partner, Cass Seeger's Beatles. And we wrote it for and produced it with a group of guys from Archive Entertainment, which are also based here in Atlanta. And they represent a lot of social media influencers. So the movie starred them, one being DC Young Fly, one being Emmanuel Hudson.
Beautiful, Emmanuel Hudson now. That guy is hilarious. I've seen him all over Wild 'N Out. So being in Atlanta, what are some community issues that touch you outside of film? And what would you be doing if you weren't an actress or in the entertainment industry?
I don't know what I would be doing. Definitely a mother, a wife, so that's important. And just as far as the community, I have a foundation, Take Wings Foundation. It's a mentoring program for girls that are 13 to 18 years old. It's based in the Bay Area, which is where I'm from. So, young people, our plight of, the plethora of plights that we have to fight, I'm very sensitive to all of it.
Thank you so much, Terri. You've been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope to see some of your other projects this year. Thank you for watching. This has been an exclusive interview with Terri, and y'all stay tuned for more great coverage.
Really say, I'm going to make it very quick, but I do have a couple of important announcements. One, I want to thank Saptosa. I remember the day I invited her to my office. She didn't really know that I was going to ask her to consider becoming a board member. We had been working on some other projects, and she really came to talk about those things. And I looked across the table and asked her if she would consider becoming a board member of this organization. And not only did she commit, she's kicked some butt during her time with the board, and we're just so excited about your installation as the new chair, Saptosa, and I just want to tell you that because I don't think I ever have.
Okay, well, thank you.
I also want to close out with a couple of other important acknowledgments and thank yous. And so I want to say thank you to Dr. Derby, who's here today. It may have been mentioned, but she's been a continuous supporter of our scholarship effort. Yes, it's so important to continue to provide funding to the next generation that's looking to follow in your footsteps. And so I want to thank you, Dr. Derby, for that support. I also want to thank a new sponsor. We have two members from the Morgan Stanley family who are with us today, and I'm gonna ask them to step into the spotlight because they are, again, helping us to build on our legacy. And so we want to say thank you to Morgan Stanley, and if you want to say a word about this new partnership.
No, we appreciate, I've had a long-standing relationship with Saptosa for many years, and in her new role, she approached us about helping to sponsor this organization and help bridge you guys to a whole new level. So we look forward to sponsoring the event in March. This is my partner, Nicholas Talange. I'm showing foot, and we want to essentially be a key partner with this wonderful organization for years and years to come.
All right.
Thank you so much. We're so excited about your partnership with us. The board has been thanked in its entirety, and I also now want to save the best for last, and that's our thank you to our Film Guild. Our Film Guild is our volunteer segment of the Black Women Film Network, and they work to earn a position with or to be included in the Film Guild. If you're in the Film Guild, can you just make some noise? Yes. Thank you so much for all that you do. You really are the engine, the cog to the wheel that turns and make Black Women Film Network what it is today. And so with that, I close. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Atlanta, for continuing to watch us here at the Black Women Film Network. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, and joining me now are two dapper men, Mr. Nick Terlange on my right of Morgan Stanley, and Mr. Sean Foote. Great to see you gentlemen out here tonight. Thank you for being the sponsors for this event. What sort of connected you to this, and what connected Morgan Stanley as a brand to the Black Women Film Network? I'll start with you, Nick.
You start with me. So I'm recently moving to Atlanta. I connected with Sean as a business partner, and he's got a long-standing relationship with Saptosa Foster, the incoming chair. And as a team, we're always looking to support diverse initiatives, and this naturally fits into what we do as a brand.
Absolutely. Great to hear that, Nick. You have anything to add to that, Sean?
Yeah, I'll just keep it really simple. Does it get any better than Black women in film? I mean, do you need anything more than that to support? No, we just think that Atlanta is a hub in the future of film and Hollywood, and we want to be a part of the grassroots initiative to help spring this thing forward any way that we can help from a financial and wealth management perspective, and align ourselves with this wonderful organization. We're just glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Now tell us about Morgan Stanley and more about what you do for the company.
So I am in the wealth management division. So what we do, I always say we're the financial Walmart. So we're all things financial. Anything that you need, from a mortgage to stocks and bonds and investing, and just propelling yourself from where you want to be today to where you want to be in the future. And you're in that situation, you know, you align yourself with somebody like Nicholas or myself. You know, finances are an important issue for everyone. I don't care what age you are, who you are, what background you come from. And, you know, our job is to kind of make sure we study and we have the skill set to help each and every one of us, you know, make ourselves better tomorrow.
Absolutely. I feel that is incredibly important, especially in the Black community, and finances are incredibly important.
And that's what we're here for.
Do you have anything to add to that, Nick?
I can completely echo everything that just came out of his mouth. I mean, we're so committed to seeing the community grow, especially in such a culture-rich place like Atlanta, where, you know, we've been so underserved traditionally, whether it's in film, finances. I mean, you see what's happened with the Oscars, so it's great to be a part of something bigger than us.
Absolutely. So tell me, what is your personal background and how does that tie into Morgan Stanley and the work you do today?
Okay, so my personal background, I mean, I was born, you know, I'm half African American and I'm half white, just to cut to the chase. And, you know, just growing up around that community and being here and being with Sean, my mom struggled with finances when I was younger, so I kind of have a part in my heart that's committed to ensuring that no matter where you are, you can get to the next level just by planning and being, you know, thought out and calculated. And that's just such a part of what we do, and that brought me here, and that, you know, that brought me to this moment exactly.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Nick. I think that's really, I definitely feel the entrepreneurial spirit in you and in you as well too, Sean. Now tell me, Nick just shared with us his personal story. What has your journey been in terms of working with Morgan Stanley?
Very, very interesting and unique background. I actually started out in the music business and in the music industry as a music producer. I was a producer. I worked with Bad Boy and all the artists that came out of there. And you know, when the industry kind of sort of changed, I, you know, leveraged my academic background and wanted to do something different. As it turns out, I was able to find something where I can still connect with that industry, music or entertainment industry, as we are talking about today, and it's really help in a different capacity, in a different role, which I think is really probably more important than anything else. So. Took me a while to get here, but glad to be here. We're passionate and we love what we do each and every day. And, you know, we feel like what we do really brings a lot of value, and it's really fulfilling to be able to help people and the generations that come after them in building wealth and economic empowerment. So.
Now, I echo that too, Sean. I think that's incredibly important. And music, you having a background in music and then tying that into this, we're glad that you were able to do that. It makes sense. It makes so much sense. So tell us lastly, what community issues and social activism issues have touched you being here in Atlanta?
Being here in Atlanta, you know what, honestly, Atlanta is such a progressive city, and it really is sort of a template for a lot of cities around the country where you have young African Americans that are doing so well for themselves and that could propel themselves to do even better if they have the right knowledge and the right skill set. So I think there's something that can be, you know, modeled here that we can be taken across nationwide just by the makeup of the diversity and people from all different, you know, states across the nation. So yeah. That's it.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you there, Sean. Thank you so much for that. And Nick, community issues that are important to you that are striking here in Atlanta.
Community issues. I think a general issue that really applies to things I see is just education, being aware and understanding how important it is to just be armed with information. You know, we live in a world where in my pocket I hold the answer to any question you can ask me, but I feel that my peers are less informed than ever. So in our conquest to make people stronger financially, we present ourselves almost just a partner in life and talk about whatever's relevant, whether it is the election that just passed or the last episode of Power. We try to be a resource for everybody. And that's, you know, that's really an issue that I think a lot of people will have is needing somebody to connect with at the right moment.
And to think that the internet is so quick and the knowledge is really at our fingertips. I mean, it's really up to the user to just sort of go and explore for themselves. You know, the knowledge is right there. So, okay, if anybody wants to keep on board with Morgan Stanley and in terms of what you guys are doing to help support the company, how can they do that? How can they stay connected with you and the company?
Contact me, I'll get you to Sean, and we'll keep it at that.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick Terlange and Mr. Sean Foote. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you guys out here tonight, supporting the Black Women Film Network event. And thank you out there in the audience for keeping watch with streamatl.net. Stay tuned for more great footage. Hey Atlanta, thank you for watching On the Guest List. I'm your host, Simone Jameson, and joining me now is esteemed brand manager and publicist, Mr. David Robinson. How are you feeling tonight, David?
I feel great. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Great to finally have you here in front of the camera for us to get connected with you and what you have going on. So tell us, what brings you out here tonight and what connection do you have to Black Women Film Network?
Well, the Black Women Film Network is just an awesome organization that helps and supports a lot of the efforts of Black women in film. I was fortunate enough to come here tonight with Terri J. Vaughn. I also was at the luncheon this year in March with Sharman Lee and Tisha Campbell. And every event that I've gone to has just been amazing. So, you know, it's an honor to be here for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally feel you. I totally agree with you on that. Now, you being a PR and brand manager, you've had more than a slew of events that you put on and you've organized yourself. Tell us, what are some of the processes and some of the steps that go into creating an event?
Oh my gosh, a lot of time and patience. Lots of time and patience for sure. I think when putting on events, you just have to know that things will change. Nothing will ever go as smoothly as you want. And so whenever you actually have that moment of relief of when it actually happens, you always get excited to see that, yes, I did it. And some of the small things that you were once worried about, it's not as big of a deal as you thought it would be. So putting on these type of events and getting a chance to connect people, it's really about connecting the dots, connecting, you know, different media outlets like yourself and connecting them to the talent, connecting them to a good cause. You know, that's how you're able to go to bed happy. Yeah.
Absolutely, David. No, I think you're being very, very humble because I feel like there is a lot more involved in the process. And I mean, we've seen you, you know, with T.C. Carson and some of these other high-profile celebrity events that you've been able to really work. So, but beyond the magic, I know there are some times that there are challenges, there are hurdles that come up with things really not falling to place the way you expected. How do you deal with those challenges? How do you manage?
You know, it's about going in expecting challenges. It's going in expecting that, you know, somebody's going to get into a car accident, someone's going to run late, or the money won't come through, or the decorations will fall, or you know, it's always about just being flexible to be an expert in problem solving. It's really what becomes the biggest separator, because no matter who you are, you're always going to encounter problems, but I think it's a matter of how well you can recover from those problems is what really is the separator. So.
Thank you so much for that, David. I feel like those are valid life lessons too that you just shared with us. Okay, so outside of PR and entertainment, what is your background and what is your personal story? How did you get involved in the entertainment industry?
Great question. Actually, you know what? It's all about meeting the right people. You know, I started out just going and volunteering at some events and just kind of being the backhand, and then before I know it, I was starting to make some relationships of my own, and it became my own business. It became the David brand, and I'm really, really excited about the opportunities that have come. But you know, I'm originally from Detroit. I'm originally from Southfield, Michigan. Well, really Southfield. And I went to school in Grand Rapids, Michigan at a school called Grand Valley State University. And, I studied, my degree is actually in advertising and public relations. But, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, you don't think entertainment. You don't think that you'll ever run into entertainment. You don't think that you'll be meeting some of these high-profile people like Terri J. Vaughn. You think that that's only a dream, so you only learn about corporate PR. But then coming down here, and I think it's really also probably most important is just listening to the voice of God, and whatever you feel like God is going to lead you to do, that is where you will do, and that is where you will thrive. And it's important to focus on the vision and not worry about the provision. A friend of mine told me that if I focus on the vision, don't worry about the provision, that is when you know it's truly God ordained.
I love that. When you focus on the vision, don't worry about the provisions. Thank you so much for that, David. Yeah. So being a transplant from Michigan, now here in Atlanta, what are some community issues that really stand out to you in Atlanta in terms of entertainment?
I think it's just about making sure that we keep a variety of things there. Atlanta has there's so many things and opportunity here in Atlanta. I think it's just about being persistent. I think that as far as in the community goes, I think really being focused on I can do anything as far as a community. So there are people that resort to alternative methods to kind of make things happen or to create a hustle that may not necessarily be the best things. But I think the more that we keep the faith in ourselves and to be able to say, I can do anything, the more that you won't let negative things and situations happen, like where you have to take the alternative method. And I think always making the best representation of ourselves, of who we are as a people and who you want to represent, because everyone carries a personal brand. And the more we focus on that, the better that I think the community will be as a whole.
Absolutely. Wise words from a very wise man. Thank you so much, David. Where can we stay connected with you and all your branding?
So you can look us up online. My website is thedavidbrand.com. And then you can look me up on Instagram at the David Brand, or you can follow me personally on Instagram on YoungPro726 and on Facebook at David Robinson.
Young Pro. That makes perfect sense. Thank you so much, David. It's a pleasure to see you here tonight. Finally getting to face-to-face with you and really connect with you in that way. So thank you so much for that, David. We'll be staying in touch with all the projects and stuff you have coming up in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
all the best to you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Continue with more great coverage. For StreamATL.net, I'm your host, Simone Jameson. Hey Atlanta, this is your host Simone Jameson for StreamATL.net. Still rolling live at the Black Women Film Network annual holiday party. Joining me now is the beautiful Brene of Real Housewives of Potomac. How are you, Brene?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Great to see you out here at the Black Women Film Network. How did you get connected with the organization? And you're a long way from Potomac, so tell us about that.
Well, you know what? I'm actually in film. I'm a producer as well. That's my daytime job. And I was invited, and I'm just very happy to be here. We actually had Jasmine Burke in our last film that we did here in Atlanta that we shot. Yeah.
Tell us about some of those film projects that you have been producing here in Atlanta.
Okay, well, in Atlanta, we just wrapped, in May, we wrapped Addicted to You, which is a theatrical production for network television. And then just about maybe 2 weeks ago, we wrapped Couples Night, which is a feature film in D.C. Yeah.
Beautiful. Couples Night. Okay, great to hear that, and great to hear about the work that you've been doing here in Atlanta. So how did you get into reality television? What sort of pulled you in there?
I guess luck of the draw. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's that winning personality. I don't know.
What type of experience and really learning curve has it been for you being on the show and interacting and really listening to fans and what people are saying about you?
I think being on the show has been really, it's been rewarding because it's been really good to engage with other people and speak to other people about what I'm doing and about what I really love doing and supporting each other, because I'm really, if you look at me on the show, I'm like a friend of the, I'm the friend of everybody. So I'm like the peacemaker. I keep it easy breezy and I tell it like it is. So it's really consistent with my daily life.
Beautiful. So now for those of us that are not yet caught up to the most recent episodes, can you give us a recap of what's been going on and what's coming up?
A whole lot of craziness. We wrapped season 1 in the middle of the spring or end of the spring, and now season 2 is about to begin. And I've been so busy filming that I really haven't been not as involved as I was before. But I'm there, and you'll see me, and you'll see our crazy antics.
Beautiful, Brene. Now, are you from Potomac originally?
No, I'm from Maryland, though. Yes, I'm from Prince George's County, next door neighbors to Montgomery County.
So how would you say Maryland has really compared to your experience here in Atlanta?
I think Maryland is, I guess because it's right near the nation's capital, it's a lot quicker, a lot going on, but I love the networking opportunities here in Atlanta. I love that so many African Americans are just doing such tremendous things. It's kind of like a mini DC, you know? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a newer, upwardly mobile environment, and it's wonderful. Anytime that there's progress, you know?
Absolutely. Great to hear that. Now, in terms of community and in terms of entertainment, what are some issues or some things that you want to see really brought to the forefront that you really feel people should know about?
I believe that specifically we need more black women in film, but I also think that African Americans films should be given the same kind of credit and financial support and resources that mainstream films are given, because the talent is there and it deserves to be shown.
Brene, thank you so much for that, Brene. Where can we stay connected with you and all your crazy goodness?
Yes, BreneBaylor.com, BreneeBaylor.com, and I'm all over the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Brene Baylor.
Thank you, Brene. And y'all be sure to stay tuned for the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Potomac with Miss Brene here, the beautiful Brene. Thank you so much again. Hey Atlanta, I hope you've been enjoying us so far. I'm your host Simone Jameson, and joining me now at the Black Women Film Network annual holiday party is Miss Mariah. She is a reality upcoming starlet and also working on a film about her own life. How are you, Mariah?
I'm better since I'm here. Yes, I'm one of the ones that's starting from the bottom up. I moved here from Charlotte to work on my dreams. And this means so much to me right now. And I've been a member of them for about 3 years, but I never was able to get here. But I had someone that gave me their ticket and dressed me for the occasion, Marie's Place, and I'm very excited about being here. This really, really inspired me and motivated me to really push on with my dreams.
Beautiful. Mariah, tell us more about your backstory, where you're from, and tell us about your journey and what really inspired your motivation to wanting to be in the film industry.
Well, I was born in Florence, South Carolina, partially raised in Jersey, and I started chasing my dreams when I turned 28. Also, I was in a car accident in 2003. I was in a coma for 2 months. So when I woke up, I had to learn how to read, write, talk, and walk all over again. And after all that, my whole life experience, I just felt like I had a purpose when God sent me back. And my purpose was to help other women heal as well as I still want to heal. And so the reality show is about helping women heal, share their testimonies, and take beautiful pictures and go on challenges and journey and kind of, bond with each other and help each other, motivate and inspire each other. And the movie on my life is just from ever since I was 6 years old. It's a lot of things that happened, a lot of secrets, and it hurted me along the way. But I let my past go, and I'm healing, and I just want to heal with everybody. I just want to share what I do with others, and I want to help someone with their dreams one day.
Absolutely, Mariah. Well, thank you so much. I thank you that we are the premier network for you. So kudos to that, and congratulations for having such a sordid past and being, in a car accident, in a coma, and then making it to where you are today is a testament of how, just how, and just how much a person can go through and a person can overcome. It's so inspirational.
Yes. And, I just want to tell anybody that's working on their dreams to never give up. Just keep on praying and put God first, and it'll happen. Trust me, it'll happen.
Thank you so much, Mariah. Now tell us about your reality TV show that you have coming up and the film. Are they self-produced? Are you producing that, or are you going through a different outlet or company?
All by myself. And, I meet people, that help me along the way. Some are for a moment, a season, and some are still sticking with me. But for the most of it, I just pray and get up every day and just work on it. I've been homeless, I've been broken, I've been everything, and still that didn't stop me. So I'm here to stay, and I'm here to help others, not just me, others too. Because I know there are a lot of women that are going through stuff, and people are not reaching out to them, and I was one of them. So, I'm just here to just show people how to do this. I'm a little nervous, but...
No, well, you're doing great. Thank you so much for that, Mariah. Where can we stay connected with your reality show and some other endeavors that you have coming up?
Well, they can find me on Facebook or Instagram, Beautiful by my last name, Jerido. That's Beautiful by Jerido. Or you could just Google my name, Mariah Jerido, Jerido.
Thank you so much, Mariah. One last question. So in terms of community and you yourself being through so much and making it here in Atlanta, what are some issues, be it socially or nationally, that have really impacted you? Some last words that you want to give to our viewers?
I think the problem is when people are working on their dreams and trying to get, out there, is that we don't have the right information. So many people withhold information from one another because they're, either hating or, they just don't want you to get there before you do. But I really feel like, God put us all here to help one another. And I really feel like if people will open up, help women, help men, the children, just share whatever they can share to help someone, it will help. Because, I might have would have been made it, but because of the people that was in my circle did not want to share information, did not want to help me. I didn't know anything about a business plan. I didn't know anything about, how to build a website, or I didn't have the money. And then being a single parent, it was just real hard. But I just feel like people need to just step out, help others, and, don't worry about money. You're going to be blessed regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Thank you so much for that, Mariah. You make a really good point. Let's break the spirit of selfishness going into 2017. Thank you so much, Mariah. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening here at the Black Women Film Network. I'm your host, Simone Jameson. Thank you for joining us here at streamatl.net. As we begin to wind down the Black Women Film Network, I am joined here by General Manager of STK, who's been gracious enough to have us host this event here tonight, Mr. Matt Thomas. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming in and bringing a great group of people in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having such a monumental establishment. So tell us, what has been your personal journey in terms of really getting connected with STK, and really, what are some of your initiatives behind STK?
It's really just building a business relationship with the local community here, and obviously networking with groups like yourself here. It is part of our social networking here, so we love to have any event, anything we can do to support the local community. We're all about it. So.
Absolutely. Can you tell us what other projects and collaborations you have coming up in the far, far future?
The far future, really just kind of reaching out as much as we can, anything we can as far as networking-wise, bringing in great groups like this. We're here to build a business and, work with the community.
So how has Atlanta been treating you and STK as a business?
It's been great. I've actually only been here about 4 months now. I moved up here from Florida, so STK has been great. I've been with the one group for about a year now. Started out in Orlando, but Atlanta's been great. The hospitality here is amazing, so I love it.
Beautiful. Awesome to hear that. Now, are you a business owner or a general manager originally, or what is your background, educational-wise?
General manager originally, and I actually grew up in the hotel group with Kempton Hotels prior to this, and that's kind of how I got with the one group.
Beautiful, Matt. And so when you're not managing and when you're not with STK, what can we catch you doing in your spare time?
Going out to eat at some of the great restaurants here in Atlanta. There's tons of restaurants to eat at and kind of just enjoying the food scene here.
Absolutely. What are some of your favorite cornerstones in terms of film and music and entertainment here in Atlanta?
Obviously the music scene here in Atlanta is very big, and I'm actually looking forward to getting out and experiencing some of the great music venues that you guys do have here. So, film-wise, I haven't got to experience much of the film, but I understand there's quite a bit of TV opportunity here as well.
Yeah, Absolutely, there absolutely is. So, being that STK is a restaurant, what are some of your favorite cuisine and what are some of your favorite eateries?
Obviously, I love the steaks. Steaks are kind of my meat and potatoes here, but going out to a nice French restaurant is what I'm all about here. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us here, Matt. It's been an absolute honor catching up with you.
Great event, and I do appreciate it again. It was a great turnout, so anytime we can do it, we love to have you guys here.
Awesome. How can we stay connected with you and STK? Are you active on social media?
I am active on social media. You can find us on Facebook at STK Atlanta or on Twitter as well.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Atlanta, for watching. This is your host, Simone Jameson with StreamATL.net. And rocking with me now is Mr. Kevin Savage. You've seen him on BT's The Quad and some other projects, but we have him here tonight at the Black Women Annual Holiday Party. How are you tonight, Kevin?
I'm so excited. I'm good, you guys.
I was not expecting that, but that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And in line with everything that we've been experiencing tonight. Thank you. I needed that. So tell us, what brought you out here tonight? What is your connection to the Black Women Film Network?
I was actually invited by a friend, Robin, so she told me, she said, it would be a great opportunity for you to come out, network, get to meet new people, and I've seen you before. You're always so beautiful. And my guys, so I'm just excited to be here and also to promote the Quad. January 31st is the expected date. It may change, but for right now, that's the date. I played Terrence Bell, the lead quarterback, so it's going to be really, really interesting. And so I'm excited.
How has Atlanta been treating you?
A lot of people ask me how Atlanta has been treating me. I've been treating Atlanta well because for so long, when you allow things to dictate you, then the outcome may not be what you want. So you got to turn that thing around and dictate it. So it's just been great. God on my side. I've just been moving and booking some great things. So
beautiful to hear that, Kevin. Now, what are you most looking forward to coming out of the Black Women Film Network? Some of the opportunities and some of the events that they've been producing.
This is brand new. So I got to meet Chuck West, and I've also met the founder as well. So. And I also saw Miss Vaughn earlier. That was pretty cool. Jasmine Burke, shout out to her. So it's pretty cool. I made some really, really good connections. And it's all about networking, building my brand, which is Savage Life, which you can follow me on Instagram, The Savage Life. And Savage Life is pretty much about motivation and inspiration through lifestyle, fitness, and entertainment. So all three of those things I exhibit, just motivation and inspiration. So through this event tonight, I think I got to reach out to a lot of different people, share with them what my vision is through my brand, and keep it moving.
Thank you so much, Kevin. It's always a pleasure running into you again.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being out here tonight. Y'all make sure you stay tuned with the Quad. Got big things coming up in the future. Mr. Savage. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. Thanks. And there you have it, Atlanta. We have interviewed the host of this spectacular Black Women Film Network event, as well as some celebrities that have come out tonight, and even some patrons. I hope that you enjoyed all of our coverage, and happy holidays to you. This is Simone Jameson with StreamATL.net, here with On the Guest List.